University of Abuja on Tuesday, 7th February 2023 held a presidential town hall meeting focusing on climate change and environmental concerns. The event was themed 2023 General Elections and the Quest for a Greener Nigeria and was moderated by Sheriff Galu Ibrahim, Edmond Obilo and Nkoli Omodu. Dumebi Kachikwu, the presidential flag bearer of the African Democratic Congress, who spoke during the gathering, said his administration would invest in funding researches over environmental concerns than accept statements and findings of other countries, particularly the Western world.
You have the science that says pollution, carbon fuels are modern way of life, that they are destroying our environments. And you have nations that say, no, that's not true. We don't subscribe to that argument, because there's a fight about technology, new science, and that people use knowledge to advance their economies. So people don't subscribe to a lot of these arguments because of what they stand to gain. Then when you look at countries like our country, Africa, Nigeria, our country, someone now tells you that an oil-producing nation who stands to gain a lot from selling oil to the rest of the world, that you need to look at other sources of energy now, that oil is no longer very good or the cleanest source of energy. Where does that leave countries like Nigeria? Remember, the man or the nations telling you this, they have decades of research. They are decades ahead of you in researching new energies. Most of those energies domiciled within their nations. So they have huge economic benefits if we were to move to renewable or new energies. And so when they tell us that we need to see how this impacts us, there are people who argue, who doubt. What will I do if I were the president of Nigeria? I will fund more research to see how science does really affect us. I don't want to rely on research from other nations who might have commercial inclinations as to why they are doing what they are doing. I want my scientists. We have some of the best scientists in Nigeria here.
There is commercial intent behind science, and as a country we must have our standpoint. We must protect our people when we stand behind any science. So if there's any global research, we must have supporting research, or we must have homegrown research that aligns with that, he further explained. He said the government is more interested in mining resources than checking to see how their actions impact the people. Recalling the news reports of tremors in the nation's capital, Abuja, he lamented that no official findings have been put out, highlighting that this was a lack of research. He stated that it is the government's responsibility to inform the people.
3 years ago, we had tremors in the city of Abuja for the first time. As we speak today, there's no official reports, reason why we had those tremors in Abuja. If we had those tremors in Abuja, who says Abuja cannot be Turkey tomorrow? That's why we need our scientists to do more research. That's why we need to change our way of life. There's so much we are doing now that affects our today and our tomorrow.
Speaking on the issue of gas flaring in the Niger Delta and its effects on the ecosystem, Kachikwu said his government will ensure every company that causes gas flaring will pay a penalty. Present at the event were Omoyele Sowore, presidential candidate of the African Action Congress, Prince Adewale Adebayo for Social Democratic Party, and National Chairman New Nigeria People's Party, Rufai Ahmed Al-Khali.